African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the special military operation on the 19th of November, 2024. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to conduct a special military operation. Units of the North Group of Forces in the Kharkiv direction defeated the formations of the 57th Motorized Infantry Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the 13th Brigade of the National Guard, and the 5th Border Detachment of the Border Service of Ukraine in the areas of the settlements of Vovchansk, Gluboko, and Izbitskoye in the Kharkiv region. 2 counterattacks of enemy assault groups were repelled. The Ukrainian armed forces lost up to 135 servicemen, a tank, 2 infantry fighting vehicles, 4 armored combat vehicles, a 122mm D-30 howitzer, and an electronic warfare station. Units of the West Group of Forces improved their tactical position. The manpower and equipment of the 14th, 28th, and 115th Mechanized Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Kupiansk, Zagarzovo, and Krybliakivka in the Kharkiv region. 3 counterattacks by units of the Armed Forces of Ukraine were repelled. The enemy lost up to 510 servicemen, 4 vehicles, a 122mm self-propelled artillery unit Gvozdika, a 105mm howitzer M101 made in the USA, and an electronic warfare station Anklavin. Units of the Southern Group of Forces have improved their position along the front line. The 24th, 33rd, 54th Mechanized, 79th Airborne Assault, 46th Airmobile, and 10th Mountain Assault Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces were defeated. In the areas of the settlements of Yantarnoy, Antonovka, Dakhnoy, Uspanovka, and Kurakovo of the Donetsk People's Republic. A counterattack by an assault group of the Armed Forces of Ukraine was repelled. The enemy's losses amounted to 550 servicemen, a tank, 3 U.S.-made M113 armored personnel carriers, an armored combat vehicle, 8 cars, a Polish-made 155mm self-propelled artillery unit Crab, 2 122mm howitzers D-30 and 4 105mm guns M119 made in the U.S. The Nota electronic warfare station was destroyed. Units of the Center Group of Forces, as a result of active offensive actions, liberated the settlement of Novoseladovka in the Donetsk People's Republic. The manpower and equipment of the 53rd, 100th, 117th Mechanized Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, the 38th Marine Brigade, the 12th and 14th National Guard Brigades were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Leonidovka, Belitskoye, Dzerzhinsk, Marylyubovka, Grodovka, and Novoekonomicheskoye of the Donetsk People's Republic. 6 counterattacks of enemy assault groups were repelled. The Ukrainian armed forces lost more than 310 servicemen, 2 combat armored vehicles, 3 cars, a 152mm D-20 gun, a 122mm D-30 howitzer, and 100mm anti-tank gun Rapora. Units of the East Group of Forces have taken up more advantageous lines and positions. The formations of the 58th Motorized Infantry Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the 101st, 110th, 120th, 123rd, and 129th Territorial Defense Brigades were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Razliv, Novosyolka, Makarovka, Yolokli, Velika Novosyolka of the Donetsk People's Republic, and Temirovka of the Zaporizhia region. A counterattack by a unit of the Armed Forces of Ukraine was repelled. The enemy's losses amounted to 140 servicemen, a Leopard tank made in Germany, 2 combat armored vehicles, 7 cars, 2 155mm M198 howitzers made in the USA, a 122mm self-propelled artillery unit Gvozdika. A field ammunition depot was destroyed. Units of the Dnieper Group of Forces inflicted losses on the manpower and equipment of the 31st, 118th Mechanized Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, and the 3rd Territorial Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Malaya Tokmachka and Novoandrievka in the Zaporizhia region. The Ukrainian armed forces lost up to 65 servicemen, 11 vehicles, a 152mm D-20 gun, and an Anklavin electronic warfare station. A field ammunition depot was destroyed. Operational tactical aviation, strike unmanned aerial vehicles, missile forces, and artillery of the groups of troops of the armed forces of the Russian Federation inflicted damage on the infrastructure of military airfields, energy facilities that support the activities of the military-industrial complex of Ukraine, as well as concentrations of enemy manpower and military equipment in 146 districts. Air defense systems shot down 5 ballistic missiles, 4 French-made Hammer-guided bombs, a US-made HIMARS multiple launch rocket system, and 85 unmanned aerial vehicles aircraft-type aircraft. Since the beginning of the special military operation, a total of 648 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 36,259 unmanned aerial vehicles, 586 anti-aircraft missile systems, 19,386 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,490 multiple launch rocket systems, 18,181 field artillery and mortar guns, and 28,525 special military vehicles have been destroyed. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.